Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite Gimp on the left, and I'm back with a little more The Hunters, German U-boats at war. Obviously, all that good crap, make sure you watch previous videos. Alright, so let's jump back into it. We had just successfully taken out a carrier, a capital ship on the previous video. That was freaking awesome. I had not done that before, so you guys got to be a part of that. Make sure you watch that one. I was very, very, very excited to be able to take that guy out. Did miss a couple of modifiers with the electric torpedoes, but I don't think it actually would have affected anything, so it still worked out good. We are pushing our way through our patrol, and I want to show you guys at least finishing off a patrol. So we're not going to probably go through all the rest of the boxes, but let's see if we can find one more encounter to have, and then we'll transit back and show you guys how that works. All right, so again, bam, encounter chart. Let's roll, see what we're going to have. 2d6. We got a 10. A 10 on the British Isles is a convoy. No! All right, now this actually works out fine. This will show us everything that we are going to have here. All right, we're going to start combat versus escorted ships because the convoy will be escorted. See if it's night or day. It is night. That is a good thing for us. So let's slide this down. Night here. Now, like I said, I'm doing the optional rule that has the crap where you don't have to have 4 ships. Normally in this game, you would roll for 4 ship generation, right? For the convoy. I'm only going to do 3. It's just an optional rule. You can do that if you want to. You can have the 4th ship if you want to. It's really just a personal player preference. We'll go ahead and slide the escort down because a convoy is definitely automatically escorted. So we need to determine what we're going to have, and we're going to be using this. And let's see, they've actually got it here as well. Roll 1d6 per ship, small freighter, large freighter, or tanker. So let's see what we're going to have. We're going to do our 3 targets, and the first one is going to be a large freighter. So I'll just grab that, throw it there to remember. Second one is going to be a tanker. Ooh, we're getting a lot of good stuff on this one. All right, and third one is going to be another tanker. So we have 1 large freighter and 2 tankers. This is a target-rich environment. All right, so now this is where we're going to roll on this to determine what we have. And let's get these out of the way. With this, you're going to use your 2d10s, and you're going to do the same thing where you pick 1 to be a 1s, 1 to be the 10s, and see what you have. So let's look at our large freighter here. We'll do whites as 10s, blacks as 1s. See what we get. We got 40. Is that tilted? Yeah, it's tilted. 49. 49 is, oh, it's a small one. The Gurgalia at 5,900. 5,900 for a large tanker is only going to be 3 health. Or a large freighter, rather. And let's do our tankers right here. See what we're going to have. Same thing. 2 of these. We got 56. 56 is right here. 8,100, the Badoon. 8,100. Where is that going to be? That's also going to be 3 damage. And hold on, I need to write these down so I don't forget. All right, and let's see what our last one is going to be. Last one is 55 on the tankers. Tanker 55 is going to be... Oh, man, these guys are all small. 6,600 tons, the Fern. All right, let me write that down. All right, since I know I am low on ammo, I know I'm only going after 1 of these guys because, again, I've only got 4 torpedoes that I can fire during this attack. And you really need to try to squeak through. Now, with the damage on these guys... Remember, their damage, the amount needed to kill them, is going to depend on their weight. All these 3 ended up being under 10,000 tons. 10,000 tons or under is going to be 3 damage. So it really doesn't matter which one I go after damage-wise. I'm going to go after the middle tanker, though, because he has the most weight, right? So the most weight points for me to get. No point in firing after the others. Now, some people like to kind of spread their torpedoes around in hopes of getting hits. I like to fire everything at the same target because, like you've seen before, you can get lucky and do, 4 or 3 damage with a single torpedo and sink a ship. but that doesn't tend to be the standard. You need to at least hit with a couple of torpedoes to hopefully sink one of these guys. So we're going to go after the middle one, which is 8,100 tons, and we are going to fire 4 torpedoes at this guy. Empty out the whole front section, our last bit of steam over here out of the front going after him. Again, our aft is all empty. I'm going to stick with the medium range. We are going to do a surface attack because I can get a bonus from that. That'll potentially hurt me later, but we'll deal with it. All right, so night, surface, medium range, mid tanker. So let me grab my little chart here. It's all about the charts. We are going to need, I think it's going to be an 8 or under. Yep, medium range, 8 or under. No electric torpedoes this time. I missed the modifier on those guys on the last video. But that is all right. It happens occasionally. So again, we're going to be hitting on 8s or under, and then our duds are going to be 1s and 2s, and then we have to put the damage through. So these are the 3 that we need to go with. So let's roll it. All right, 8 or under. I need these guys to hit. Come on, big money. No, that's a miss. That is not how we want to start this. So I need all 3 of these to hit now to be a guaranteed kill. If it misses, then this is bad. All right, so that is a hit. That is good. You guys remember I slide them up and back to keep track. All right, hit. Let's see. Nope, that is a miss. This is bad juju. We are not doing good on this round. All right, come on. I need this to hit, and I need to drop the die, so that's a bad die. We're going to leave that one down. All right, we hit. We got 2 torpedo hits, but now we've got to check for duds. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, this is the worst that I've had going on. All right, come on. I need anything but a 1 or 2. That's a 3. That's a hit. Okay. So anything but a 1 or 2. Put us close. Come on. Anything but a 1 or 2. That's good. 2 torpedoes hit and weren't duds. This is decent. It's not great, but it's decent for our attack. Now, we, again, are looking on our attack damage chart here. And what we need is we need 1 die to be 3 or under. Okay? That will get us the amount of damage. 4 or more is going to be only 1 damage. And we need to do 3 to kill this guy. So, let's roll. See what we're going to get. Come on. I need a 1, 2, or 3. 3! That's what I'm talking about. That's guaranteed. That is 2 damage to the guy. Boom, boom. Move this over to the side and do our last torpedo and see what that did to him. 6, 1 damage. That is fine. We took out the tanker. Oh, I am thrilled with that. This patrol has gone actually pretty well. I went ahead and marked it because I knew which one I was going for here. And we will circle it. I need to circle the carrier. So we did sink those. Let's see. How many tons are we at? Let's see. That is 23,600, and then another. So about 31,700, roughly. That's not too bad of tonnage to be sunk on this patrol, but we are not done yet. We got a few things left to go. Now, the freighters and the tankers are done. I'm not going to continue on going after them, but we do have to see if we have been detected by the escort. Again, we're going to need normally a 8 or under to avoid detection. And I don't think that we have any negative modifiers affecting us. Year's not going to hurt. No capital ship. It's not day. We're not at close range. We weren't previously detected. Not that. Not for firing forward and aft. Not long range. Yeah. So we're good. This is just a standard 8 or under. So if we get an 8 or under on this 2d6 roll, we're good to go. All right, so let's see. Come on. No big money on this. 6. All right, so we are good. We were not detected. We took out a tanker and squeaked our way out. Now, since we're going to head back to port, I'm going to go over this here real quick just for those who aren't familiar with it. Let's say we were detected or we were attacked by an air attack. This right side is the portion you're going to look at for that. And again, there's going to be modifiers that can affect it, whether or not it's the year, any damage, night surface attack, any of that type crap can be a modifier. And you're doing another 2d6 roll, and it's determining how many hits that you have incurred from the enemy attack, okay? And then afterwards, that's when you're going to look down here at your U-boat damage chart, and you're going to do a 2d6 roll, and it's a 66, but it's not really 66. It goes 11 to 66. So basically, you do the same thing like I did with the 10s earlier, or the 100 chart. You pick one to be the 10s, one to be the 1s, and do a 2d6 roll to determine where the damage is located. It could be parts of your ship, it could be the crew, it could be your guns or your torpedoes. There's so many different things that could be damaged on your U-boat itself. And then on the back is the U-boat damage and repair chart. So you can attempt to repair some of your portions of your ship that get damaged, but if you fail the repair, you're pretty much SOL for the remainder of that patrol. Like, it will be inoperable if you fail when it comes to doing the repairs, and you just won't have access to those systems, which can affect your modifiers later on. Okay, so I reset our mat here, put the refills of our torpedoes, but it doesn't matter because we're heading back to port anyway. I put us back into the transit box. I've stopped it. Now, yes, I do have patrol boxes, and normally I would continue going through with those, but again, this is for video purposes, just to show you guys heading back to port and how all that works. So it's basically the same thing that you did when you were coming out. You'll go through a couple of transit boxes as you head back to port. All right, so since we're in our transit box, again, you can see for the encounter chart, we just have to roll our 2d6s to determine what, if any, encounters we're going to have. So let's roll our 2d6s, see what we get. First box, nothing. Second box is going to be a aircraft, which is actually good. So we can show you guys how aircraft is going to work. Now, keep in mind that if you roll a 12, it does have a little annotation there that there are encounters you can have. But if the first time you do roll a natural 12, you have to roll on the random encounter chart, which, where is it? Let me grab it. Which there is this random encounter chart here that you would just roll a 2d6 for. So you roll your 2d6 and you see if you have any random event happen. And that's going to happen the first time you roll a natural 12 when you're doing one of your encounters there. Now, as you can see at the bottom here, it shows your aircraft encounter. And this is going to determine if you took any damage or you took an attack from an aircraft on your way back. So there was patrol, some bomber saw us as we were scooting our way back to port, and the same thing. You got to make your roll and then apply any modifiers that are going to be applicable. I don't think we have any that are applicable for us. Let's see. No green crew, no wounded crew, no elite crew, unfortunately. Oh, no, we're getting a -1 for the Type 9 U-boat. Well, that sucks. Oh no, it's +1 for 1939. We're in 1940. Oh, that sucks. And nope. So yeah, we're getting a -1. That's the only thing. That's unfortunate. All right, though, no big deal. But this determines whether or not they get any attacks. So if it's 1 or less, they get 2 attacks on that chart that I showed you previously. 2 to 5, they get 1 attack. And then 6 or more, nothing. It means you crash dived and there was no effect. So let's roll, see what they get. Come on, miss us. Oh, no, they got us. They got 1 attack on the chart. So I actually get to show you guys how that works too. So that means the aircraft did catch a piece of us as we were headed back to port. And we're going to have to roll once on this to determine what type of damage that we have incurred. So air attack actually gets a +2 modifier to this. It's another 2d6 roll, and we're hoping for low here. The higher the number you roll, the worse it is. And actually, since they're getting a +2, if they rolled a 11 or higher on this roll, it sinks our U-boat and we're destroyed. Because U-boat sunk is 13 or more. But that +2 modifier puts it actually in the realm of possibility for him. So let's hope that doesn't happen on our first patrol. All right, come on. No big numbers. Very low numbers would be good here. Come on, low number, low number. Oh, that was close. I saw the 6. Let's see. They got a 11. 11. Oh, they were so close to it. 11 is 4 hits onto our submarine. So effectively, we did really good on this patrol, and we just had a unlucky encounter with an aircraft on our way back that is going to cause us to have so much refits when it comes to it. So this means you have to roll on this chart 4 times. We'll do it a couple times to show you guys how that's going to work. So again, we're going to take and roll our 2d6. White's going to be 10s, black's going to be 1s, and see what we get. We got 42. 42 is the radio. Radio got damaged. All right, so we will take our little damage counter here, and there are damage counters for the specific items here, and then there's generic damage counters as well. So there is one here for the radio specifically. We'll place that there because it is damaged. And let's roll and see what we get on our next one. Come on, no whammy. 54. 54 is going to be flooding times 2. Well, doesn't that just suck? All right, so we'll place our flooding marker on here times 2. That's actually not too bad. We'll be going back to base, so we're not horribly worried about the flooding. All right, and so just to show you guys, on your U-boat damage and repair chart, you see with flooding, after a combat round, you're going to roll to check to see if there was additional flooding or if your engineer was able to stop it. You'll advance the marker if the engineer fails to stop it, and when the combat round's concluded, you remove the flooding marker. So our combat round has concluded. We're done with the aircraft. So like I said, we're not going to worry about our flooding. With our radio down here, there is a modifier that applies if it's inoperable for a crew rescue, which it's not for us. And following the combat, you would attempt a repair. So let's say we were going to be back out at sea for a little bit. We would attempt a repair on this, and on a 1 to 2, it's going to be fixed, but a 3 to 6, it's going to be inoperable. So let's roll. Oh, inoperable. And at that point, you flip it over to inoperable, and it stays there, just so it reminds you that, yes, you have taken damage, and your radio is completely gone for this patrol, and it won't be good until you get back to port. Now, once you do get back to port, and you can put your marker right here, or you can leave it on the map, whichever way you guys prefer to do it. You do your refit, your repairs, your healing of any guys that were wounded, all that stuff goes on. Now, you need to keep track of that on your little log chart here. You can put a little R next to months that have repair, and again, my handwriting's chicken scratch, that have refit and repair going on. I think it's you need 3 damage systems. You get 2 for free. So like our radio, and if something else were damaged, it could be repaired automatically during our 1 month refit, because every U-boat gets 1 month minimum that needs to be refit, repaired, rearmed, all that other good stuff before you get to go back out. So I wouldn't start again until the June month. I did April, May would be a refit, and then June I could go back out. But if we had multiple damage systems, or our captain was wounded, lightly wounded, severely wounded, whichever, if they're wounded, then you can end up in port longer. So you could be stuck 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, just depending on how damaged you are and how badly torn up your crew is. You also want to take and keep track of how many patrols you've gone on, and especially your tonnage, your points. You're going to keep track of that over here on the right. Because you want to keep track of your successful missions, and then every so many missions, I think it's 3 missions, you get to roll on the chart to see if your crew goes and upgrades, because you start as a trained crew, but you can upgrade to an elite crew, which will get you bonuses and modifiers when you're going through your patrols. So you want to make sure and keep track of that. And then your captain can get promoted to a higher rank every 12 months during the refit. So after 12 months of active duty, you can go for it. And it's not every 12 patrols, it's every 12 months. So April 40, we started in April 41 down here. During the refit that happens then or after, I could attempt to get a promotion, right? So having a higher level captain, get you some bonuses, get you some modifiers that help you out. And that's the basic gist of the game. I mean, it's a handful of player rates that you roll on your charts, few things that you have to keep track of. But like I said, this game for me is just like chicken soup for the wargamer soul, right? It just feels good. It's easy to have on the table. It's not so heavy that it bogs you down and makes you have to dig in a bunch of rule books trying to figure everything out. Usually you got a pretty good concept of the rules. And if you do mess something up, it's like I did earlier, where you miss a modifier here or a modifier there. It's generally not something that's going to be game breaking. Most of the time, it doesn't even make that big of a difference. They're just easy playing games that are just fun to sit back and relax and kind of see, hey, what am I going to do on this mission? Am I going to take out this tonnage? Am I going to get that capital ship? Those, like I said, those are the moments that you really kind of look for on these games. Those really just stand out encounters like, oh, we made it back. Or in this case, where we were almost back to port and we encountered an aircraft that got an lucky attack off on us and did a good amount of damage. It was like, damn, how much does that suck? We had a successful patrol. We had invaded all the detection from the escorts. We had snuck by them all, taken out a capital ship, and then one aircraft gets us on our way back to port. Talk about bullshit. So like I pointed out in the previous video, the game, it really doesn't matter. There's multiple games by multiple different publishers. It's really just what you like, what drives you, whether it's the Zeppelins, whether it's the U-boats, whether it's the airplanes, the bombers, or the fighters. There's a game out there that'll work for you. I think there's not really a tank one. There's Patton's Best, which I have but haven't played yet, but I think that one's a little heavier than this. But I would like it if someone would make a tank version of this, right? So you'd have your little tank mat and your crew that you're keeping track of. Now, Tank Duel looks like that. It has the cardboard cut out for your tank, but it's not anywhere near as easy playing as this. So I wouldn't put it in the same category. That one plays very well multiplayer. It doesn't play as well solitaire. This is purely solitaire. So, yeah. I'm thinking about it. I would like a tank version of this. This type of just go through and see what happens. You guys let me know. Anyone got a tank version in the works? That would be a great thing that they could do. I mean, hell, they got Zeppelins, they got bombers, they got U-boats, they got destroyers. Tanks are a huge part of World War II. Why don't we have tanks yet? Unless I'm just a dummy and I've missed it completely. But all right, that's going to be it for this series. And you guys let me know if you have other games of this ilk you would like to see me cover. The next one I would definitely like to try to get would be the Zeppelin one. So I'm looking to try to acquire that one down the road because that just looks all kinds of interesting and it would be a little different than the U-boats and the bombers and stuff like that. But all right, that's going to be it for me. You guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.